Great. So I'm heading to a town called Swakopmund on the coast of Namibia to film a short video for a ultra marathon runner. This is going to be very fun. So those of you that don't know, the coast of Namibia is where the desert and the ocean meet each other. So it really is a very beautiful place with diverse landscapes, which really helps obviously if you're filming stuff, because you have so many locations to go to and to get some really nice shots. So two things with this. Obviously right now I'm in the middle of the desert. I have been driving for 3 hours and the sun came up about an hour ago maybe. Well, it started getting light before that, but so it's not that hot yet, but it does get very hot, especially now because it's summertime here in Namibia. And then the second thing, so it's really beautiful. That's all. It really is something very beautiful to look at, and I never get tired of it. The second thing is Swakopmund is notoriously known to be a town, well, the whole coast of Namibia actually is notoriously known to be a place where it's really misty and really cold. And for the Namibian people, that's amazing. I mean, many people from the really warm, hot areas, they love that because it's really hot, really dry heat, and then when you go to the coast, it's nice and cool, it's misty. They really love it. But for filming and stuff, I honestly hope we have some open skies to get some beautiful morning shots with the sun coming up over the desert, and maybe some beautiful sunset shots with the sun setting into the ocean. That is my hope. I honestly hope that happens. If it doesn't happen, it'll still be fine. We will get some really good stuff because there's a lot to work with, but I do hope it does. I do hope the weather plays along, because if it does, it is an amazingly beautiful place with the desert and the ocean and everything. But that's that for that. I got myself one of these just because I couldn't get a coffee, a nice Red Bull. So it's going. Is it good for you? Of course it is. Of course it's good for you. Is it cool? Even more so. So I'm on my way. Let's do it. Alright, so I actually just want to show you my camera setup. So right over here, you can see the camera is set up right over there with a wallet underneath the lens so that the angle is right. And who said you can't get stuff done? Obviously it will be better to get a mount, on the windshield, but I don't have that now, so we have to make work with what does. Anything's possible. Let's go. There's just absolutely nothing. We really are in the desert. There's like a real big mist. It might be that we have a cold and misty Swakopmund.
J like the letter, I'm making several waves. I know the mission is same. I made a splash, now all of my passes last like running the race with Usain.
Great, so we're in Swakopmund and I already met up with André and we set out kind of a plan exactly of what the shoot is like, because I'm just here for today and tomorrow. So right now, today, as you can see, the sun is setting. It's sort of hitting me here on this side. We are first going to do the interview. So we're going to sit him down. I have a couple of questions. We're going to do the interview. Then tomorrow the good stuff starts. Okay, so let me just get up these stairs. We will head out early morning into the desert. It's a place called the Moon Landscape, and the reason they call it that is just because it probably looks like the moon, to be very honest. So we're gonna head out there and we're gonna do some prep shots. There's some really nice viewpoints over there. We'll do that, and then we're gonna start getting him running. So we have, if I'm not mistaken, there's wide open space and big gravel roads. So we'll get some drone shots, follow shots of him running there. After that, we'll head out to the highway where we will be doing even some more running shots, put the drone in the air. The places where we are filming this is wide and open. I mean, this is Namibia. Oh wow, that exposure really is bad now. Yeah, I can see that. Wait, let me just try it. That's better. Maybe one day I can have the FX6 and then we can have the is it like automatic NDs or something? I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, so all of the places where we are filming this has wide open spaces, which means that, you know, at the moon landscape it will be wide open, very empty, very solitary, and the same with the highway. And that's a big part of this film that I want to introduce, is the alone part of running. So that it is, in for many cases, for many people, it's a sport that's done alone. It's a sport, especially the far long distance running. You are alone most of the time with your thoughts. So I really want to capture that in the visuals, and I think that would be a great way. But right now, the problem that I have is I needed to find a location where I can actually film him, and I don't have any lights or anything. So this is the famous lighthouse here in Swakopmund, and just on the other side of it, like over there, there's some grass. Just behind that wall there's some grass, and I thought we just might set up there because I don't have any lights, we don't have a room or anything where we can go and shoot this. So I was looking for a place where the background is darker than the actual light that will be on him during the interview, and that's quite difficult if you don't have any lights or you're in a place where the sun is obviously shining like that, like this. But I do believe that I found it over there, and we'll be heading there just now to check it out. So, okay guys, so we have a makeshift interview place here. I have André here as well, and as you guys can see, we have the camera on a tripod facing over there, and with the background a little bit darker in the back. So right here on the screen, let's see, oh yes, you can see the shot really looks amazing. And that's what happens if you just do a little bit of homework on the shots and where you can get some good stuff.
I keep it coming like this a buffet. And if I'm stumbling, I'm in the grave. Never gon' fumble it. I get the bag and I run with it, gunning it, gunning it, gunning it, gunning it. Murray with the legs, all about finesse. I am not impressed. I don't need a rest coming in with last thing you see the flash.
So we are on day 2 of the shoot, currently heading out to the moon landscape, and as you can see, it is pitch black still, and we're driving the small little gravel road, and it's really misty, so it's kind of wet as well. We did the interview last night, well, late afternoon. It went really well, found a great spot, but one thing actually happened. Well, 2 things. Firstly, there was some guinea fowl up there, which is a sort of bird, I think you call it guinea fowl, and it started screaming like halfway through the interview.
I can honestly say it doesn't matter who or when.
And then it would stop, but it wasn't like close to us, but it's really loud. And secondly, later a policeman actually came. It's good. It's good. Sorry, sir, that we are here. And chased us away because he said it was a municipal grounds or government property, or I'm not sure. So at least I was finished with the interview. I had like 1 question left, so we'll just do that later.
I got the bread and I got the juice. I got some dogs and I let them loose. Bring in the storm and this ain't the Zeus. Walk in the skies but this ain't the loot. This ain't the cruise. We ain't the same, you ain't have a clue. I'm in the game and untouchable, cause I got the flame and this is the proof. Hear me blow, this is premeditated. I've been
we just finished our shoot in the moon landscape, and it really is beautiful. I'll definitely overlay some clips over here, but very beautiful. So I was not as lucky as I thought I would be. We have no sun at all. I mean, the sun came up and everything, but even last night it's really misty, so we don't have that beautiful what it's called, golden hour sunset or sunrise vibes and shots. But honestly, I have learned and I've seen now that it really doesn't make a difference. When you have a landscape as good and as beautiful as this, you honestly don't you don't need that. I think the shots that we got really beautiful. Being around André and seeing how he does stuff and what he thinks, it is obvious that he is a high achiever. It is obvious that he is somebody that has worked and understands what suffering and sacrifice is and discipline is, and I can see that. And you know, some of the off-camera struggles that he shares and the things that he goes through or stuff that has happened, funny stories, it's really interesting to step into this person's world for like a day or two and hear their stories and hear, especially on the running side, you know, what's happening and how stuff's working. So I love this. I completely love this, and I hope that I will meet a lot more interesting people doing really interesting stuff. And because that's what this is about. If it's not about the other people, if it's not about their stories and the things that really matter, then I mean, it's nice shots and it's nice clips, but it doesn't mean anything. So absolute privilege to get to know him, to meet him, to be in these scenarios with him and see how he handles it. And I mean, just this morning actually it was raining, which I don't think happens a lot, I guess, I'm not sure, and he could hear the rain coming. I only heard it once. He mentioned it to me, but he told me, like, listen, do you hear the rain coming? And so we quickly got into the car because I don't want everything to get wet, obviously. And I was just a bit in awe. He spoke a bit about how his ears are fine-tuned to this and how he can hear people running and if they're compensating for some injuries and stuff. Very interesting. I love it, every part of it. And may he obviously just, you know, do really well into the future, and may I meet a lot of people in the future as well that are really doing amazing things. If you do know anybody in Namibia or in South Africa or in Southern Africa for that case that is doing amazing things, please let me know. I would love to make a film or a video of what they are doing, where they are doing it, and about their life and the motivation behind it. I would love to meet them, and I would love to tell their story. For those of you that actually want to watch this film that I made, I'll put it up here somewhere so that you can see where it is. I'm not a professional. It's not Netflix standard yet, but we're getting there and we're making it work with what we have. Thank you so much.